All right, we'll see how this is gonna work. It might fall down on me, but I'm making overnight oats. So in my blender bottle, I just put in some of this Fairlife protein milk with some isopure protein powder, some of this stuff here. Put in, I didn't really measure for the blender bottle. All I did was put in up to a certain amount and then put in 1 scoop of the protein powder, and I shook that right up. And into my little jars, I'm putting in 1/4 of a cup of oats into each one. So I'm making 4. I already have an overnight oats for tomorrow. So I already have one for tomorrow set, and that one's the fruit one from last week that I have to eat up. So I'm gonna dump those into each of these. This is 1/4 of a cup of old-fashioned rolled oats. I guess it's rolled oats, yeah, sure. So I've got this huge box that I'm working from. And so we've got the oats. And I usually like to clean up as I go. And when I'm done with something, I always put it back, just so I don't have it all laying around. But I took back the isopure out so that way I could show you. These ones are going to be peanut butter chocolate, because obviously I have chocolate Fairlife. This is the first time I'm using Fairlife in these. I don't usually. I'm going to take some almonds and I'm going to just crush some up. I don't use a lot, probably just use like a little handful, and just crush them up inside there. Might use a little bit more than this, depending on what it looks like. Kind of just for a little crunch, and it added a little added crunch and added protein-ish, healthy fat in there as well. I really like almonds a lot, and these are just like little slivered sliced almonds. So just that little bit amount in each one. I'm just grabbing a couple extra and crunching them up in there. There we go. And I'll show you the container of almonds that I've got. It's just this container of almonds. Yeah, so I put that in there. And next I'm gonna put in chia seed. And this is gonna just be 1/2 tablespoon. I like it, but I don't need a lot in there. So 1/2 tablespoon pretty much gives you a lot, like you can see. And gives you a lot in these little cups, plus everything else that goes into it. So in each one goes 1/2 tablespoon of that. And I'll show you all the dry ingredients, what it looks like before I add in the wet ingredients. Then I'm gonna do 1/2 of a tablespoon of flaxseed. I'm going too close to the camera when I show you that, but yeah. Anyways, flaxseed. I've got it on cinematic mode. I'm not usually one to record these kind of videos, but I'm gonna do it today because I've had a lot of people ask me how I make them, and I feel like it today. So goes so 1/2 tablespoon of flaxseed into each one. And I don't always put the same ingredients in every one. Like I said, I'm doing the peanut butter chocolate one today. I did the fruit ones before. I've done apple cinnamon. I started out pretty basic when I first started. I didn't have any flaxseed or chia seed. Oh, I did forget though. But I might not need it with Fairlife. There are sugars in this, so I'm not going to put any honey in this one today. I'm gonna see how it tastes without honey in it. Usually I put honey in it because it's not very sweet if I don't put honey into it. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of PB Fit powder in it to start and see how that looks. I may add another, but we're gonna start it with just the 1 because I think 1 will be fine. It's pretty rounded, and I don't need an whoops. Sometimes you make messes, and that's okay. Sometimes little containers are, the hole's too small pretty much to get the stuff into it that you need. I see that a lot with stirring it in there. It's stirring it up. It gets a little messy when you stir it up. Okay, so now that I've cleaned that up a little bit. So this is basically what all the dry ingredients look like. So I've got my oats in there, my almonds, my chia, my flax, and my peanut butter powder. That looks pretty decent amount. Dry off that a little bit. I'm gonna go in with 2 tablespoons of Greek plain, I'm gonna talk nonfat plain Greek yogurt. So this is just no flavor for me. I like the plain. I mean, you could use the vanilla if you wanted. I think there's sweetener in it. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons in each one. That's probably a little more than I need, but I think it's gonna give it a bit of sourness that it needs and a little extra protein. It's really good that the PB Fit powder. I don't even think I showed you the PB Fit powder, but this is the PB Fit powder that I use. The PB Fit powder, along with the Fairlife milk, has the protein. Flaxseed has 3 grams of protein and 2 tablespoons, so I didn't even use this whole 2 tablespoons. Chia seeds has 5 grams of protein and 2.5 tablespoons, so I didn't even use that whole serving size either. So it's very minimal protein for those. So there's 17 grams of protein in 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. So I mean, 2 tablespoons is still giving you a good amount of protein for Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is higher in protein than regular. So, and the flavor's not bad. I actually use this for sour cream instead of sour cream, so it tastes exactly the same to me, so I don't mind it. I'm just gonna rinse this off. And next we're gonna add our milk. And I usually just add the same amount of milk that I add in for as oats, so just a second. And that is 1/4 of a cup. Let me just clean up a couple of my things here, and then we'll add our milk in. All right. All right, so now this is it with it kind of looks like a little parfait. It doesn't look like there's going to be room for the milk, but I promise you there's going to be room for the milk. So I know it's really hard to see with the cinematic view, but there it is. Looks like a little bit of pretty little trifle. So here I've got my protein milk in here. I'm going to give it a little shake real quick. And I will show you as I pour it in what it looks like. I'll have to do it slowly because it may overflow the cup a little bit. And it's not chunky at all. I had it in my blender bottle. So I'm going to do this carefully and slowly because it's going to have to soak down into the oats. Like very slowly. You can see it soaking down slowly. And like as I stir it, because I'll be stirring in the yogurt and stuff in with it as well. It actually looks kind of gross. A lot of people don't like how this looks when I eat it, but I promise. Oops, yeah, I'm making a mess. I can see it. I always make a mess with this. I don't like how it looks when I'm eating it, but it tastes so good. So when it's so full like this, I don't really use a spoon. I use a knife to stir it because it's a lot easier. So I just take the knife and stir it around. And sometimes I add more milk because it seems to be a little dry. But that yogurt kind of gets it a little bit good too. And sometimes it goes up and over the edge, so I have to wipe it off. I will wipe it off with a paper towel anyways beforehand. Whoops. Like on the inside for the cover reasoning. Kind of looking like a pudding. Smells good. That PB powder sometimes makes it a little thicker too. And you gotta make sure that that's really blended in there. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more milk because you want it a little bit wet, or else your oats aren't gonna soak up anything. And they're gonna be quite thick in the morning, so. So I've got that pretty wet in there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of soupy. And I wanna make sure I get the chia seed and flax seed good in there, stirred up. So got that stirred up pretty well. And it's pretty liquidy. I mean, I could add a little bit more liquid, but I'm pretty happy with what it looks like. I mean, later in the week, it might be a little bit thicker. But yeah, let's let me see if I can show you what it looks like inside. That's what it looks like inside, the consistency. So there's one down. So I'll start with the 1/4 of a cup for the next one. Pour it slowly so it soaks down in. I'm only gonna do 2, and then I'll probably end the video because they're all gonna be the same. So. This one I may have to stir it up a little bit to get it to go down some. It's a little fuller, it seems like. There we go. All right, before I add more, I'm just gonna stir it up. I'll show you. It's pretty full. Got a lot of stuff in it. A lot of yummy, healthy stuff. Now this is like, this whole cup itself is 1 cup, so it's pretty much a serving size. I don't know about for somebody with a regular size stomach, but as most of you know, I have 15% of a stomach, so like a normal size stomach, so it's enough for my body and what I need, and it fills me up. Sometimes I have it's a struggle to eat it, but I have to stretch it out to a half hour, so I tend to take small bites and eat slowly. That's why I like it in the morning for before work. I have plenty of time before my run starts to eat my breakfast. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more to make it that consistency that I want. I'm kind of excited with the chocolate milk. And with that extra protein powder in there, add some more protein to my day. That'll be good. And I've did some meal preps last week that I'm gonna eat up this week for either lunch or dinner. Those are my veggie rice and Italian chicken meals. So, and there's number 2. So that one looks pretty good as well. So I don't know if you can really see that much, but there. It's hard to see it, I know, because of the cameras, the cinematic view. But anyways, that consistency is what I like. So it looks kind of runny. But yeah, there's number 2. And I've just got these 2 little guys here to go. I don't know if you can really see that, but yeah. I'm gonna put milk in these, and those are my overnight oats. So I'll take a picture of all of them at the end and how pretty they look when they're all wiped up and ready to go in the fridge. And if I remember, I'll take a picture in the morning. But thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.